Spare us who love music, who can't do cursing. Can you please just spare us, please and thank you. Imprisoned by pleasing people. What is the worst grade I've ever got on a test? 6% in university. I was hoping for that, you know, that fight, like that fight that just gets things going, adrenaline pumping, and it just wasn't working. And then it ended. I'm like, okay, Will Smith, like, okay, it was just a no. Everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's so good to be back after a while. I just thought we could hit the ground running. I think that's what they say. I thought we could hit the ground running with a little video where I answer some questions that I've put together thanks to Uncle Google. So I'm basically doing a YouTube tag. Before I get into it, you guys need to subscribe. I see you coming, checking out my videos, and you do not subscribe. Hello, the subscribe button is somewhere right there. It's red. If it's red, it needs to be great. So just like tap it there. I have amazing content planned out, and you guys do not want to. I put together a few questions, so I'll go into it and answer them. So enjoy. Okay, so the first question, what is my full name? My full name is Mwapembewe, no middle name. I know my parents did me wrong. I love middle names. And they denied me the pleasure of having one. So I hustled a little here and there, and I think in grade 8, 9, I tried to call myself Vanessa, Salia, and I was hoping when I go to uni, I'll introduce myself as one of the names that I had chosen, but stuck with Mwape because it's what I've known all my life, and so Mwapembewe. What does it mean? I have no idea, but I think it could mean like a gift. If you're Zambian and you know what Mwape means, please let me know in the comment section below. I have no idea. Was I named after someone? I was named after my aunt, my dad's immediate older sister. Her name is Mwape. She's an amazing woman, you guys. She's just so sweet and nice. So very great person to have to emulate. If I had the chance to change my first name, what would I change it to?
2 hours later. 3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
I don't know. I think Vanessa. I've always liked the name Vanessa. Do I look like a Vanessa? I think I have Vanessa vibes. So I think Vanessa. Where am I from? Where was I born? And where did I grow up? So I was born in Zambia. I'm from Zambia, born in Lusaka. I've spent all my life in Lusaka. Grew up here. And I was born, fun fact, I was born in the house, you guys. My mom did the things by herself. So she says, she gave birth to me in their bedroom. I have no idea why. I don't know, like she's never given me the details, but I was born in her bedroom. So I don't know. So I'm a home girl. What are my favorite things about myself? I love my childlike heart. I love it because I see the world a little differently. So yeah, and I like it that way. Which of my parents am I most like? To be honest, I see my mom in myself the most, but I checked with my brother and he says I'm more like my dad, which is great too. So apparently I'm more like my dad. What is my biggest accomplishment? So when I was working in the UK, I worked in mental health, and it was a very challenging job, and at some point it was really like taking a toll on me, but I still like soldiered on till I left the UK. So for me, that would be my biggest accomplishment. It was quite challenging, but I saw it through. I'll probably do a video on my experience working in mental health soon, so please look out for it. My biggest fear, like most people I think, is losing my loved ones, my family. My biggest regret would be some choices I've made with regards to love and relationships. I will not go into it, but yeah, that would definitely, at the moment, be my biggest regret. What inspires me? I believe it's helping people. I really love to help. So for as long as I'm helping, I'm happy. Which is why I wouldn't... Okay, I don't know if you guys have ever done the Enneagrams test, but I'm a type 2. I highly recommend that you do it. I just love seeing... I don't know, I mentioned this in a previous video. I love personality tests, sorry. And I'm a type 2. The type 2 is a helper. And it explains a lot. So even with the job that I had in mental health, I soldiered on because I love to help. So seeing that I was helping kept me going. While if I had a corporate job and it just was like challenging, not that I'm a quitter, but if it didn't feel like a good fit because I don't see it as helping per se, I would probably maybe not hold on to it. What has required the most courage of me so far in my life? It would have to be back to the mental health job. That one it was a whole new experience. It was people with learning difficulties and challenging behavior. And when I tell you challenging behavior, I mean challenging behavior. It was challenging. And so it definitely required the most courage. So yeah, that definitely. My favorite actress at the moment, it would have to be Gina Rodriguez. I really like her from the TV show Jane the Virgin. She just did it for me. I loved her personality, and even in other videos or movies. Okay, let me not even pretend like I haven't seen her in other movies, but for that one, like I just really like who she was and how she came out. Favorite actor would be Will Smith. I really like him, although he disappointed me in his recent movie. What was that? Gemini Man. But otherwise, I really enjoy his acting. Who is my favorite person in the world? At the moment, it's The Man. Special shout out. He's definitely my favorite person in the world. Favorite color? I don't have a favorite color. So if you ask me favorite color when it comes to clothes, I'm a sucker for mustard. I love mustard. I'm just drawn to it. I'm like, that's the color. So mustard. But other things, I like navy blue. I like white. I like a pearly pinky. I also like emerald. Okay, I'm about to mention all the colors in the spectrum, so I'll just let it go. My favorite drink, Fanta. Grape Fanta, I think. So I'm more of a cravings person. So if I'm craving grape juice today, it would be my favorite. But I don't know if I can say on any given day, give me Fanta and I'll like it. So if my taste buds are not feeling Fanta-ish, it may not be a favorite drink. So I don't really have one. But I'd say my top would be grape Fanta, mango juice, pineapple juice, orange juice. Okay. Yeah. My favorite fairy tale would have to be Cinderella. I think, you guys, wasn't Cinderella the only fairy tale for a while? I feel like the main fairy tale is Cinderella. I just like its simplicity. I think it's more relatable than other fairy tales. But yeah, Cinderella is the OG girl. Favorite time of the day is definitely nighttime. I'm a night person. I come alive in the nighttime. Favorite subject in high school was commerce. You guys, I flourished in commerce. In my final grade, like grade 12 final, I got 96%. It was that deep. Loved commerce. Least favorite subject was chemistry. I just didn't understand chemistry, you guys. I just didn't get it. Like, it just didn't make sense. I don't even know if I can't even, like, I have a photographic memory, but I can't even picture where which element is on the periodic table. It's that bad. Like, I just didn't get chemistry. It was a no from me. Am I more likely to avoid conflict or engage it head on? Okay, I've had to grow in the last couple of years or months, and previously I'd say it would be to avoid it, and I think it's still to avoid it. But if I have to, like, not, I wouldn't say engage in conflict, but to sit down and air my views or like just speak and express myself, if push comes to shove, I'll do it. So I've been growing in that sense. Am I a dog person or a cat person? Definitely a dog person. I love dogs with all my heart. Am I a good cook? I've seen better cooks, I've tasted better food, but I wouldn't call myself a bad cook. I enjoy cooking, so I would call myself a good cook. Yeah. If you had more courage, what would you do differently in your life? I would pursue my business head on. Like, guys, like I would go full throttle and just do it. What is good about how I am living my life right now? I really believe I'm in a good space right now. It's been finally settling. I think the transition coming back from the UK was bad. Like, I really missed being there. I didn't let go of it as much. But now I think I'm just in a better place. I've grown a lot. I was actually having this conversation with my friend, just personal growth in the decisions I make, in the way I carry myself around, and in the way I view life, and in my walk with God. I think I'm in a much better place. Even just my understanding of life, my perspective, my worldview is a lot different. So I'm in a really good place. Yeah. I don't know if that answers the question. What's the question? What is good about my life right now? My worldview and growth. Like, it's just, things are good. If I could eliminate one weakness in my life, what would it be? I think it would be pleasing people. I'm a people pleaser, and sometimes it's not good. So it would be pleasing people. I think there's so much liberation in not living a life that's imprisoned by pleasing people. Can I close my eyes and raise my eyebrows? I think everyone can. Who can't? Like, is this a thing? Can I whistle? I can't whistle. I whistle by breathing in. I can't whistle, unfortunately. That bus missed me. Do I spell the color as gray or gray? So like with an E or an A. The color gray I spell with an E. Do I believe ignorance is bliss? Absolutely. No two ways about it. How old was I when I learned how to ride a bike? I'll probably be 27 or 30 when I do, but it's on my list of things that I want to learn, that I set out to learn in 2019. So let's see how this goes. I need to learn how, guys, it's not right. Like, I need to learn how to ride a bike. So I'll work on it. Don't judge me. I just don't get how someone would balance on two wheels, like one in front of the other. Like, put me on a bike where the wheels are besides each other and I'll be good, but I don't get how people ride a bike with one. Like, guys, I don't know. The science doesn't add up for me. I'm sorry. What is one thing I'd rather pay someone to do than do by myself? To stand in a line. It's no. What is the worst grade I've ever got on a test? 6% in university. Yeah, economics was not my friend. So we had a test in macroeconomics and it just didn't happen. I got 6%. And yeah, I think it's part of life. Not all days are Sundays, so yes. But I still graduated, you guys. So I just want to tell you and encourage you in this moment. Some tests will not go well. And it doesn't mean it's the end of the world. It doesn't mean you're a failure. You just have to learn from it, see what you did wrong, what you could do better, who you can speak to in your class who flourishes in that subject. There's no shame in that. So just do what you need to do, but it's not the end of the world. So I just want to encourage you. I repeated that module actually, and I still graduated top of my class. So it's not the end of the world. That should be another video. I'll do a video on like coping with uni, how I got through uni. I think that'll be fun. The last movie I saw was Gemini Man. It was a no from me. I felt like they could have done more with the story. I was hoping for that, you know, that fight, like that fight that just gets things going, adrenaline pumping, and it just wasn't working. And then it ended. I'm like, okay, Will Smith, like, okay, it was just a no. Definitely thumbs down. What was my first ever phone? Nokia 3310. That's where the party started. It was a good phone, guys. I've been seeing a lot of funny memes about Nokia 3310s of late. And yeah, that was the phone, you people. Yeah, if you didn't start from there, you didn't start right. When did I get in trouble with my parents? I've been in trouble with my parents many times, but I can tell you one story. So, my brother and I decided I had to go to school to clear or something when I was in grade 9 or 8. So, mom had left her car. I can't remember why, but mom's car was home. And so my brother didn't have his license yet, but he said he knew how to drive. And that time we grew up at the manse, so I'm a pastor's child. So we grew up there. So like there's the offices, there's the church, there was even a school. So my brother was like, I can drive you there. So we're like, oh, great. You guys, we got in the car. We even left. I don't know if I had a phone then. Actually, yes, I think I had a phone at the time. If not, he did. And before we knew it, we're getting a phone call from my dad's office assistant at the time. And she was like, you guys need to come home. So I'm like, okay. Yeah. So we did a U-turn, went back home. I don't know if we reached school. Windla, do you remember this story? Yeah. I don't know if we reached school, but we may have been scared. So we probably went back. And then we were basically snitched on, you guys. They called mom. Mom, even when we arrived home, my mom was still at work. She even like called and was like, guys, what's going on? Where did you take my car? Like, we were just in trouble. And for me, I was like, guys, I think we have our own lives to live. Like, if we could focus on our own things, that would be great. But she came home, gave us the lecture. I didn't get any beat down. You know, maybe that time she was more understanding. But yeah, growing up, the road was not spared. Maybe I was old enough, but she didn't spank us or anything, but we're definitely in trouble. I was not a perfect child, so yeah. What drains my energy? Liars drain my energy. People who are not honest with themselves, I just don't like it. Or honest with me. Like if you know, I don't know, I don't care for it. I don't know. It's just a no from me. What jobs have I had in my life? Guys, I think I've done the most. My first job was a merchandiser. I was in high school. I had a boyfriend in high school, and I used to call him on the landline. And so the bill came out, the bill was high, and my dad basically brought the bill home and was like, guys, pick your numbers. The bill is high. Can you identify which numbers you're calling? And when I identified my numbers, my bill was high. And so my dad was like, this holiday, you are getting a job. So he found me a job at my aunt's quick shop. I worked there. It was only for the last 2 weeks of our holiday. So I worked there for the last 2 weeks of our holiday as a merchandiser. So it's basically those people who pack food on the shelf. Food and goodies on the shelf. That was my first job. And then I've also worked as a nanny. I've worked as a graduate trainee. I've worked in the call center. I've worked in the service center as a sales support. I've worked as a survey a survey assistant. So walking around my uni, counting people in rooms. I've also worked as a segment analyst at the moment, segment analyst intern, and I've worked as a mental health support worker. What dream have I given up on as being unrealistic? A dream of mine was to marry by the age of 22. I'm 25, I ain't married, so that dream went right out the window. What did I want to be when I grow up? I wanted to be a teacher. So from like primary, I always wanted to be a teacher, a primary school teacher. Do I know all the words of my national anthem? I believe I do. Especially, you know those tricky stanzas, you guys. Africa is our motherland, and what's the other one? One land and one nation is our cry. But I believe I know them. I'm patriotic. I'm patriotic at heart. Ish. What is something most people don't know about me? I know something people don't know about me. So I've got a scar. I think it's here or here. One of these two. It's like not a hole. I don't know if you can see it. I'll insert a picture where it shows. Basically, I was playing soccer during one of our youth outings at church, and then I was trying to do a header. And then when I jumped up, my friend and I both jumped up to do it, and then when we did it, her tooth went right like there, and it's a scar. So that was from the header, like me being ambitious when playing football. Yeah. What How much does music matter to me? You guys, I love music. I love music. I love it so much. Music is beautiful. If you don't like music, you're missing out. Yeah, what music do I dislike? Music with cursing, we can't do it. The song can have an amazing beat. It can have amazing lyrics, but when cursing comes in, we don't do that here. I think it's unnecessary, honestly. A song can do fine without cursing. It's very unnecessary, and it hinders us who don't roll like that. So please, if you do music, spare us. Us who love music, who can't do cursing, can you please just spare us? Please and thank you. If I had 1 year left to live, what would I do for me? Guys, I would stop. Okay. Would I? I would spend time with my loved ones. If I could change one thing about the world, what would it be? It would be a rule. Every Sunday, people would go to church. And I don't mean like the mosque or whatever other name people have for whatever other religion names they have for their churches. I mean like church, like gospel preached churches. Like it would be a law in all the countries. Like, guys, listen, Sunday church. If you could give your younger self advice, what would it be? It would be that everything all works out in the end. Like, trust in God, everything works out in the end. There's nothing in my life that has happened that I worried about. There's nothing that I worried about that I'm still worrying about today. That's what I mean. Like, God takes care of everything. All that stress that you decide to take on because of your problems, it's unnecessary. And I'm still learning this. I haven't mastered it, but it would just be like chill and trust God. If I could meet one person for breakfast, dead or alive, who would it be? It would be my grandma, my dad's mom. Definitely her. I never met her. So, and I just think I missed out on that that grandparent relationship because all my grandparents are deceased. The last grandparent passed away when I was like 7 or something. Maybe not. That's awkward. I think when I was 10 maybe, but I was still young. So I haven't had that experience of having grandparents like that. So you have grandparents, siblings, but you know the actual grandparent. So I definitely wish I had the opportunity of meeting her in particular. I think that would have been an interesting relationship dynamic. Especially seeing my mom with her grandbabies. I think it's been nice. I always imagine how it would have been. If I would have clothes at her house, if that would be my go-to place. Yeah, I just wish I could have breakfast with her and like get to know her and hear her voice. Definitely my grandma. That's the end of this little session. I think it was fun. I enjoyed answering these questions. I intend on doing one in future where I'll do a would you rather video. I think it'll be fun. And for that one, I'll have a special guest. That would be really cool. If you'd like to see more videos like this, give this a thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe and have an amazing day. Take care and bye.